So I got the top on the Geo and played around with the weather stripping here. I had to make some weather stripping because the factory stuff is shot. It's shot, like not even usable. I tried, and the more I thought about it, the more I realized it was it's gonna leak. Actually, there was gaps. It's shrunk over time, and actually I'm having an issue right here with this current stuff, which I can't replace this. You know what? Maybe I can. I'm gonna replace this, and then it'll seal. I'm gonna do all new weather stripping. Screw it. Anyway, I gotta play around with it some more, but for the most part, it's sealing pretty good. I was hitting it with a spray bottle and such, and it's for the most part sealing pretty good. But I got a little gap right there. I gotta play with. I just gotta play with it some more. I just got this thing. I can pry it up. I gotta screw around with it, but yeah, like right here. Instead of letting the water go down here, I took some, where are they at? I took some, paint sticks, or whatever the heck you want to call these things. No, foam brushes, and have like a foam brush sitting right there. And what that does is it sits right there, and the water's going to go right on down, and not in here, even though there's a drain down. I don't want water inside the car as little as I can get, so water will go right down there and right down, and it seals up nice and tight. So yeah, but I gotta make all new weather stripping for this and play around with that. Anyway, I figured that was close enough and good enough and drivable, and I really want to get in this thing. So I shot down the road. I checked everything over. The radiator fluid was a little low, but I figured, I changed the radiator and I started it a couple times. It just got air out of the engine. And yeah, so, I'm just going to shoot down the road. So I shot down the road, realizing how slow it is. And on my way back, I shifted to 5500, and that's reshifting these cars. This is the convertible. It's got, I don't even know, 4-second gearing. So if you shift at 5500, it ain't a horrible car. But if you shift it like 4000, yeah, forget it, bud. You got to hold like 5500 or a little bit higher than that until you get into about 60, 65. And then, you can get up there. I think I got up to, it was over 80. I was going over 80. Even if I don't even know if Speedo reads, because the Speedo don't even read right because I get different tires on this car. So who knows, whatever. That gearing plus this tire size, who knows. I know it said 85. It felt like I was moving. So whatever. Anyway, and came back, checked everything over, because it was just a out and back and then check everything over, and you take a little bit longer ride out and back and everything over, and you know how it is. Yeah, on my way back, I noticed I got a little something was dripping down there, and I don't know if it might be my water pump. Look how old that thing is. And it was like, maybe it's just my water pump. Maybe that thing took a crap, Or I was driving through snow and junk. It's 45 out. It's a little sunny earlier, but so I parked it outside and took it down the road, and I figured that's exposed. Maybe the CV shaft threw up some snow and it was just burning off. Yeah, that's probably what that was. But out of curiosity, I checked this, and yeah, that's not good because it was where it should have been when I started. So I have a bad head gasket, and it's not milky, so that's a good sign. But it's also a bad sign, because now I bought this car from a girl who, she was on hard times, okay? So I bought this car from a girl who's on times. You know, you guys go all the way back, you'll see it had a busted headlight, and the top was, the top was leaking. I mean, she had like 1/2 inch gaps, and it needed just a good up and down, you know, check everything out. And the seat was broken, all that, you know. But she seemed like a good person, and I don't think she would have sold me a car that had a bad head gasket and then tried to disguise it, because if it did have a bad head gasket when it was sold to me, and it's been in the garage this whole time, you know, it's been like 3 months, and that's black as night. So either I got super lucky, or somebody's cleaned this thing out, because I don't have any white goop in there. No white goop in there. I don't have my light on, you can't see it, but the valves looked good. And whatever. Yeah, whatever. So I'm doing a head gasket here next. I thought I was driving this thing, or, you know, I still had to play with the weather stripping, but I thought it was, you know, I can drive it on sunny days and still play around with that weather stripping. Saying it got up to what it said was 85. I couldn't have been that far off. The car, I was really hoping to wash it today. Check out this amazing hood. It came to me like this. Look at all that dirt. Yeah, and it's not even from like paint and stuff. That's how it came. It came with dirt. So yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna do a head gasket. I'm gonna get online. Now, looking at this motor, I'm thinking I can flip that up. Take that head and flip the whole head back enough to let me minimize how much stuff I actually take off this thing, and avoid replacing a bunch of rubber hoses that I don't want to replace. I'll replace them if I have to, but I think I can get away with not replacing them. Just simply tilting the head back. I think there's enough room to just simply tilt the head back, and that's the plan right now, is to just tilt that head back and try to clean off the surface, you know. But I think I can sneak a gasket in there without messing around with everything. Obviously the exhaust has to come off. I'm gonna look on Rock Auto. I'll probably just buy a new manifold if it's cheap enough. Just because those bolts are probably gonna break. Looking at that thing, it's rusted pretty bad. I shouldn't have a problem with the bolts in the head. It's, you know, it's steel and aluminum, but the bolts in the, which is why I haven't touched it yet. But yeah, I'll see. It'll get a nice nifty new one. So yeah, head gasket. Do the timing out at the same time. What the heck? Brand new water pump. I got a brand new alternator I was gonna put in this weekend. You know, a couple days, but I wanted to take the thing for a test drive, make sure everything has totally screwed. So yeah, I'll throw that alternator on. Yeah, so that's where I'm at. Got to do a head gasket because that's not gonna run. Luckily, I'm hoping anyway that I caught it in time and they weren't super crafty, you know, about hiding that it had a bad head gasket. I'm hoping the couple times that I revved this thing, I did a bad head gasket, or, you know, something. Hopefully the block's not cracked. Hopefully the head's not cracked. Hopefully it's just a head gasket. There's only one way to find out. So yeah, that's where I'm at. Hoping to drive it today. tonight I was going to take it for a nice long drive after a couple short drives, but whatever. Has insurance, has plates, obviously. I didn't just shoot down the road uninsured. But yeah. Oh, it looks pretty. It's getting there. Looks like hell with this weather stripping. I'll have to play over that and make it look prettier. Luckily, I have time to do that now while I'm waiting on parts. So I picked up some new mirrors too. Maybe I'll install some new mirrors just because I wanted to have them in case somebody ripped one off in a parking lot. I got one back at the house kind of deal. So it's coming along. That's where I'm at. There's my update.